how's your spirit? Mine is, I'm trying to determine without looking it up whether or not affable is an ironic play on laughable or simply something that my brain wants to put together right now. Anyway, I was sitting here processing life, right? All the things that have happened along the way. And like the two lobes of my brain, the two lobes of my brain felt like they broke apart at some point. Well, really, I've got to say, after Demario's death, 2018, I'd say that that's the point when, like, I felt my brain go, right? That's why the trip to the hospital in Memphis. Shout out to you, Bill. I appreciate you. Um, I don't know how much has gone on in Memphis around Demario's case. I've been dealing with a few things of my own. Um, but again, if no one else in the family has said anything in any time, or if nothing has gone on recently, it is not that any of us do not care. It's the weight of grief, um, despair, followed by the misunderstanding, neglect, and incompetence of others. All of that takes some time to unravel, organize, clean up, and put away. So, like today is pretty much the first day that I am able to say with all clarity what it is that I've witnessed, and how ironic that the sprinklers just came on right now. It's the middle of November. It's icy cold outside, although we're going to go sit out here in a minute. I'm going to have me some belly buttons first. You know, the funny thing, I originally noticed that raspberries look like belly buttons and you can stick your finger in them, right? Ta-da. The other thing that I noticed after watching this video on YouTube is that they look like elephant trunks. So, like, maybe parents, you could come up with like some food activity where, and when I say food activity, I mean you're teaching your children how to make and enjoy food, snacks, right? That's where we can interact with food in a playful way. When I was at AmeriCorps, they were just playing with like marshmallows and spaghetti sticks.
Guy, he just got in over his head.
Guys, that's the
Already there are
weirdest
financial
thing. Hold
commentators
on.
like Kevin O'Leary.
Holy cow. I was like, where'd I go? What the hell happened? I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. So shout out to CopyZilla, by the way. He's got a great story going on about FTX and crypto. But anyway, what I was saying was, you could use raspberries and maybe something. I'd have to think on it for a bit longer to make, like, elephant trunks as science snacks that are elephants. Ninth grade was the first year that I got an A on a science on a paper, really, and it was science related, and it was about elephants. That's where I found out that elephants carry their babies for 22 months. You bad boys out here don't want to carry your babies at all. It took the power of the creator for me to get mine to term. Some of us freak out at the like 9.5, 10 month mark. Some of y'all ain't never gonna have none because of all of that. And elephants carry their babies for 22 months. That's almost 2 Christmases, y'all. That's almost 2 cupping seasons. You walking around with a little being inside of you. Got to be dang. Oh my gosh. Imagine if you fall down on that job. I'm happy. So I moved to Tucson quite literally to turn my life around after living out east and experiencing way too much grief. That was it. That was it. I had experienced way too much grief and loss, negligence, and human incompetence for me to stay out there. I mean, it wasn't like I was dodging responsibilities or any of those things. I needed to get somewhere where I could get clear, fresh air. That was out here. My journey out here, I've spoken of in bits and pieces before. I will share it in more detail some other time. It's not really that relevant right now. But I say all that to say, I suppose hearing my story on the surface, right? Pardon me. I suppose hearing my story on the surface and believing that all people who look like me must be up to a certain thing. When I say I came here to do a Tucson turnaround, you might believe that I was like a part of some drug conspiracy or something like that. Yeah. This lady. I mean, I'm going to go sit down. I mean, seriously. I can take all the time I want to. Believe me, with the title like government negligence and whatchamacallit, ain't nobody popping up in here no time soon. You dig? Um, Come on. I kind of do wish I had, as Army vet would say, a left-hand cigarette, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess I got a left-hand cigarette, a right-hand cigarette, or whoever. um, we'll just put you right here for now. Right? Um, so I don't know if you know or remember that some time ago, just a second, y'all. Okay. Last year, um, at 420, I don't know if I was going live yet, so I'm not quite sure whether or not I spoke about it back then. I'm pretty sure I did, at least like on Facebook, because I might even put in something into at What's Up Tucson at that point. I can't remember for certain. Okay. Anyway, last year there was a homicide outside of um, upstairs outside of the apartment. Um, it involved a black gentleman around my age, who moved here from out of state, and he had hung out with myself and the young lady who used to hang out across the way um, the night before. So on 420, okay. And what I'm saying right now is in no way me snitching. One, I'm a civilian. Two, the girlfriend of the victim was present for the entire fucking thing. So I am a secondhand contact and barely spoke to the girlfriend, though I did speak to her. But the police were there. They knew it. They saw it. Now, they lived upstairs here to the left, right? On the bottom right, there's this little old lady. She ain't little. This bitch got me pushing about 300 pounds, okay? 300 old fibromyalgic pounds. And I say that being me, just as disabled, okay? Full of a whole lot more clarity and a lot less racist beliefs. Spoken or quiet as it's kept. You dig? Okay. Also, she and Porch Patrol Patty, besties when I moved in here. Porch Patrol's gone. All her other friends are pretty much gone. And from what I hear, that bitch ain't on the lease. So, I have my druthers. They gone too. Old, dusty, disrespectful, squatting ass. Oh, Father Jesus, y'all need to do something with your life, and it is not toy with me. Okay, so anyway, this woman apparently has some type of belief, and I want to say about me, and I say that because I was sitting on my neighbor's porch at the time, and this nut job over here comes over swinging a crystal like this at myself and Portia Marie, and I'm like, oh, Pippin, I got what's wrong with you? I was doing live streams, not like a lot or consistently or whatever. I got okay, or at least I told somebody. But anyway, it's like, hey, I was like, I'm one of them sage burning bitches over here. I don't know what you do. I need to get some new sage. Well, anyway, I need to host things. But anyway, so this lady has always had this belief about me, I suppose. Now she uses cannabis for her fibromyalgia. She uses other shit too, though. She was getting uh, anyway. So she also didn't like the fact that I will talk to other people about cannabis. Damn near everybody over here in this section, I've given, like, who's asked, I've given them some type of cannabis information or understanding, and it's helped them. Her little friend who moved in after the murder, right, came to me once and asked me, could she get some weed off me? I was like, you know what? I don't sell weed, but what I can do, she's like, I'll buy it from you. I don't know. I don't sell weed. I said, what you can do is let's talk about what it is that you've got going on, and I'll give you the sample right here, and you can pay me $10 for this fucking consultation. Bitch, what you not gonna do is try to set me up in some government bullshit because of you fucking mess heads couldn't keep your behavior together, so much so that the government already knew that this was a fucking meth den when I moved in. But anyway, I'll let that part go and back this train up just a little bit. So you got the crazy nut on the end down here and her goofy ass buddy over here, Porch Patrol Patty, who be looking in my windows from the day that I fucking moved in, trying to make best homies with my son and Daniel and that little nasty fucking butt rubbing. Ooh, boy, did I had to kick up. Ooh, and it's funky, filthy. They made a motherfucking baby up in here with anywhere from 3 to 5 other people in here. Maybe not. Actually, I'm pretty sure that they came here pregnant. Yeah, they got here in February. Yeah, they were out. I mean, they were out by before my birthday. So it's possible that they made that look, ooh, Father Jesus, I'm praying. More than you know, because that's a whole nother story and a whole nother stream. Anyway, so yeah, all these young folks, right? So it's black folks here, black folks there, and then a black murderer who used to be up there. So she feels some type of way about us, okay? Especially since we messed up her mess flow. Just don't even we messed up her mess flow. I'll fuck it. The dude who used to live upstairs from me was the concentrated meth pill king. Okay? I started helping him get off the shit. Y'all ain't my fucking problem. This nest of meth heads isn't my fucking problem. That dusty old bitch down there on the end ain't my fucking problem. But she in her feelings about whatever the hell it is. So anyway, this dusty broad down here on the end, I'm sure she plays a part in the conversations with the popo on the other side, right? It's a government investigation, an Arizona investigation into an actual murder that took place here. And this old crusty bitch on the end who does not like black folks, she came to me and Portia Marie and told us that we had put an STD in her food. Or that someone had told her that she put an STD in food. What, crazy lady? I don't even know you. You strange. Weirdest shit ever, right? So murder takes place now, 420. She lives downstairs, catty corner, to said incident. She nosy than Miss Benita from Living Single. She that kind of damn nosy. Okay, so she down here. I recognized it today because I'm sitting out here minding my own business, smoking, contemplating what I'm going to do next. Why in the hell is it I can't get a divorce after this many goddamn years, not being attached to this man at all? What could be holding it up? I've reached out to my divorce attorney here in the state, and all he can tell me is, oh, well, we're just waiting on the judge. We're just waiting on the judge. We're just waiting on the judge. What? We're just waiting on the judge? Aren't you my attorney, or how are you fighting for me? Well, I'm pushing as hard as I can. You pushing as hard as you can? Give me the judge's name. I'll show you how to fucking push. Hey, Laura Conover, you stupid motherfucker, you. Did you listen to that crazy bitch down there? Is that what you did? Did you not bother to call the constituent who stood by your side? You trifling, you are the liberal white woman that both Malcolm and Martin were talking about. And to the coon who works for you and knew, fuck you too. How about them apples? You ain't getting shit but this video out of me. You better hope I decide not to play music or hold up in the goddamn court of law, because I will not show up for you the way you motherfuckers ain't showed up for me. That old bitch on the end has been wrong since day one. The only person who had anything to do with that murder upstairs was those two men. It started with some shit way down there at the goddamn strip joint. I was already in my bed when that shit went down. Ain't nobody had nothing to do with it. We just hung out and had some weed brownies together. But that evil old bitch has it out for black folks, and you motherfuckers don't give a shit as long as you get your goddamn vote. You didn't get that from me this year, and you ain't getting shit else from me. I will rock with the Republican. I will be libertarian and purple as shit about it too, before you will ever get another fucking thing from me. So I'm sitting outside over here, right, minding my own business, and this hateful old biddy comes out here staring me dead in my eye. Hey, pimp, what it do, boo? Why you all up in my face? Oh, yeah? Oh, what's up, baby girl? I'm disabled, you disabled. I don't run around here and run shit. I pay rent, you pay rent. And fuck what you heard about that shit. Not only am I on the motherfucking lease, but I have receipts at the office that prove I paid rent here too. That punk motherfucker, Daniel Groover, who has my goddamn shit locked up. Oh, by the way, we lived together. He was paying the power. He'll be turning that shit off. He said effective tomorrow. So, why will I be without power? Because y'all listen to this gabble of fucking idiots. Period. Full fucking stop. This dude signed a contract that he would pay all these bills because he owed a debt to me. My son owed one too. He paid his off and left. Daniel Groover is no man, couldn't pay his off and so didn't. Ran like a little punk. Oh, after putting his hands on me. Oh, but I told how many people? Oh, hey, I wonder, tell me something. Is a state's attorney a mandated reporter? Because I know a state's attorney who knew about my abuse and didn't do shit. In fact, I know too. Anybody want to meet me? I need a civil attorney. I asked these particular people for one. They didn't get me one because they needed information about this shit and motherfucking more. If Maricopa County has goddamn an investigation going on around folks who threaten, supposedly, government officials, and I told Laura Conover in the beginning, bitch, if I vote for you and you don't come through for black people, I'm going to go after you like the gatekeeper you are. That is my right as a motherfucking citizen. You don't think that they tried to line me up in that shit too? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Especially using that biddy down the way. Old bitch over there, the man who been watching me over here, 2 days gone, came back, ain't got shit to say. He must not have been that goddamn sick though, because he came back with a motherfucking case of fat tire. You want to surveil somebody, you better be fucking good at it. I've been watching your little crony crew of fucking fools for a long damn time. You want to call me crazy? Prove it. Prove what I say is fucking wrong. Because I've been here. I've witnessed it all. I was in every conversation that I ever fucking had. How about y'all? I know y'all tried to be. But how much information did you actually get? Enough to discredit me? I told you, I do not only deal with people in this state. I'm not from this motherfucker. However, I am not new to government. I grew up with that shit under the watchful eye. of the United States military. Oh, baby. And if I made it to 47 years and raised 3 grown goddamn men, you motherfuckers are not a threat to me. I was never a threat to you. But as to the Democrats in this motherfucking state, oh, bitch, you got me fucked up in this game. And again, I am a military mother and wife, and I served this country as a civil servant, right? Volunteer in the Corps, all on my own. So several times over, you've been offensive to the red, white, and motherfucking blue. And I swear I'm gonna stand on that shit when I come for your career. I don't give a fuck about you. But what you won't do is have a place of power over me and mine or anybody that looks like us. Because you're just as fucking biased. And the ones who look like us and bent the knee to that government check, you are the community's greatest disappointment. And to the one who told me to have faith and trust in you, put your effort where your mouth is. Or I'm coming for your license. See, what they can't do is take a license from me. Motherhood, that was already in me. Culinary degree, bitch, y'all don't respect that shit anyway. I have nothing to motherfucking lose. You'd better hope. That's your favorite word, ain't it? Hope. Hope. Motherfucking hope. I remember the red, white, and blue. Y'all got me fucked up in this game. I've never made a threat against my government or any punk bitch sitting in a goddamn seat. You don't move me. You don't scare me. And you cannot motherfucking raise me. Neither from the dead nor circumstance, bitch. The fuck we talking about up in here? You all were fucking negligent. Not just incompetent. Wow. I mean, the level of y'all got to be some effing fools. Like, let's talk about the three separate investigations that one person is involved in. And I ain't did nothing but sign on to YouTube. Okay? There's that murder that happened right there. Right? There's the statewide investigation into folks who were threatening government officials. And then there's Darrell Long's E. Black, Ebony Robinson, FBI CPS saga. I'm one. Oh, and I'm trying to get a divorce from a military intelligence analyst. What y'all want from me? What do you want? I didn't come out here to do harm to anybody. I came out here to back to people. I came out here and I actually came out here and taught children about financial literacy. But this isn't a direct result of me speaking truth to the powers that be, because those who have power choose not to speak freely. It couldn't be that. It couldn't be that I'm a political target and yet I also happen to sit on a fountain of information that they need. So they send in stupid human intel, psyops, dingbats who have no fucking clue how to communicate with me. Bro, seriously? What the funk? I don't know what you thought you were protecting me from, dude. But real talk, you couldn't have. Even if you wanted to, my guy. You all seem to have forgotten. I don't believe in friends. Period. I haven't since I was like 11. So no one who truly knows or respects me calls me their friend. Except, oh, even Big Rig has decided to stop doing it, to be honest. But I came into this space looking for allies for an outside mission. I wanted to build a um, foundation. I wanted to get a law passed around my cousin Demario. And I wanted to build a foundation in the process. This isn't something new. I just don't talk about it on YouTube. I talked more about it on Twitter as I was thinking about it. Most of the things are over on Buy Me a Coffee, and these people have hacked into my entire life. So, like, they think they know my entire plan. Anyway, um, I never came in here thinking that anyone was going to be on a team with me or team up for me. Um, I didn't really care if they rallied against me. That wasn't my goal. Don't steal my content. The way that it looks, okay. The things that I talk about, the way that I speak, it comes naturally to me. It does it to you. It looks funny on you, and eventually, it's just something you can't do. Like, dude, literally, a hair crown. What you doing out here, bruh? I got ego problems, really. Like, you want to humble someone? That's so fucking weird. You want me to think less of me? Cause what? You think what of you? Okay. Anyway, um, being in this space was the same people that I'm talking about, with the exception of the cauliflower chick, in whole or in part, because I met one attorney through the other, right? I actually came in here trying, it was during the midst of COVID, and there was no way to meet anyone at all, right? We were all on lockdown. I understood how to move people, though. Social media. That's what I did when I was at Junior Achievement. So I did that here from home. I began making connections, reaching out to people. I didn't really think anything of the weirdness of it. I knew that there were certain people, like Simon Hectic. I knew he was on some bullshit talking about I'll be your manager, this, that, and the third. Dude, please. I don't want a manager. I know how to write a book. Da 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 da. Like, the basics of it. I can figure this out on my own. Then you run around all over the internet telling people that I helped you while you're doing some weird other shit, and then to hear the way that you talk to your daughter. Dude, is she really your daughter? Like, sometimes I wonder the way you speak to your child. Oh, I've seen you in a couple of spaces. Just don't say anything. God dang. Hey, whoever's over there on the across the pond, y'all need to call the folks. Hey, ma'am, his wife, his ex-wife, you need to have a welfare check done on your daughter. We hear it in this space. I forgot how to do, honest to goodness, I forgot how to call abroad. It's been so long, y'all. I haven't had to call overseas, gosh, since like 96 or 95, I think. Anyway, um so what the funk's level of weirdness, getting all in his feelings because I didn't choose to let go of Darrell over him, and I should have listened to him and Daniel. Like, who you? But I don't know you, and well, shit, I barely know him. What the fuck y'all talking about? Weird stuff, weird manosphere shit, right? And the manosphere was already in the midst of being investigated on its own shit. There's that. There's a whole. I don't know how far the CPS FBI shit plays into the manosphere investigation. They were already being investigated. 'Cause the thing is what I recognized over in the lead attorney's chat is that Snuggles was a goddamn bot. Like, Snuggles is always telling people to go up there, but Snuggles don't never go up there. And hey, if Snuggles go up there now, does that prove me right or wrong? Uh, at least that you're watching this. Good heart, right? So this is all the nexus of evil happening around me. But it's all in my head. Come on now. Did I invent that crime up there? Did I invent the investigation in Maricopa County? Did I invent Ernest Hodges calling them people? Darrell Long calling me the first time that he got into it with the mother of his daughter? Or the second time? Did I invent these things? No. They came at me. These things came into my purview. Well, I was doing what I do. And I'm the one who's going through. Yeah, nah. I just, I needed to sit back alone in silence with the potential for everything to go dark so I could see the light. Like, this lady really has it in for me. She running around telling the man behind me how I bullied her on the sidewalk. Well, she didn't move. I didn't either. We both disabled. You got 200 pounds of tank on me. I bullied you. I didn't call the cops on nobody in this apartment complex. Oh, apologies. Except for Daniel. And I had to ask my son to help me do it. Gross incompetence to the point of negligence, gross negligence to the point of incompetence. I'm a 47-year-old disabled autistic black woman. This is who you targeted. This is who you believe is out to do anything to who? I'll defend myself against that big Mexican chick and you with every tool that I have in my power. That's my right. That's what my family fought for. The fuck are you talking about? To a piece of my mind, and truth is never favored. Don't fall on this grenade for TJ Randolph. Whatever part she had to play in it, let that shit go ahead and come the fuck out because she earned it. What kind of veteran fed mother wouldn't speak to another mother at a minimum? Especially after coming over here and inserting yourself into a conversation on my platform too. I don't fuck with feds. Which is why the moment that I found out about you, I never tried to fuck with you. You can't be trusted. Paperwork Party was wondering why you never got to, why Kevin wouldn't let you up there no more. What was it? You said 3 times you tried? I went once. I tried once. I had a pleasant conversation with him once. I dick rolled never. But look at you, alone in a room. It's just me and you. You want to have that conversation? What you want to do? Love? I got time. How about you? I don't have anything to lose. My children know their mother, love their mother, respect me, have done more for me in the last few days than their father's done in the, ooh, shit, almost 10 years. I've been trying to get a legit divorce. You dig? It's just fucking nuts. Am I really the only woman married to the military who can't have a divorce? 2 years he's dodged these papers. 2 years people have known. 2 years all my attorney has said was, well, he's out of state. It makes it so hard. Swear to God, sometimes it sounds like y'all got your goddamn degrees off the boulevard. Do you put that shit into fucking use, bruh? Do you ever think, let me just work a little bit fucking harder? Oh no, the bare minimum, just enough? Is it because I could only pay you a fucking deposit? You know, I did that twice. I, I appreciate Daniel for that, but he gave that. I didn't ask for it. That's 400 and something dollars here and 400 and something dollars before I paid. This man ain't never paid for shit. Our children are still waiting on paperwork so that they can go to college. What do you mean? The fuck are we talking about? I mean, these are failures at the highest level and the lowest. Like, you kind of expect failure down there. You dig? Like, it's it comes with the territory. It's the okay with being average thing for me. Like, average looks is something that you can't change. Average mindset, damn. You might as well just go ahead and start placing bricks, bro. Like your brain has atrophied, just stuck right there in average. That's it. That's the problem. That the can I get that word out? Let's see. Hold on. The apathy of average. I think on it a bit more. Like basically, y'all are cool with being average to the point where your brain has atrophied. That apathy of average apathy. That average apathy. Wait, it's an atrocity either way. The sheer volume of people who are okay with being average. I don't mean regular, I mean average. I don't think the standard, like, average isn't the standard. Like, and today, average is kind of subpar. So when you're in these positions of authority and you move in such an average capacity, it's neglectful. It kind of shows you're incompetent. It's one of those go out and get the job you know you ain't qualified for situations. I didn't think I was qualified for the job at the North Carolina School of Science and Math, and so I sent someone else in there. He got the job and then hired me on, and I took his place when he left. I don't know what that was. I accepted it though. And sure shit. And when I started, they were at least I'm pretty sure he and the gentleman who hired me were like, "Bruh, you had the job in the first place. You talked yourself out of it." So when I started to learn to trust my intuition, it wasn't until I had to fire my executive chef that I really understood the weight and power um, that's placed upon you in middle management. Like on more than one occasion. Like when I wanted to fire someone outright, they were cool with that. Okay. When I wanted to take time to fire someone, they gave me or they told me to come up with an action plan, right? And put that into play. And then if that or with one person I had already done it, I knew what to do. The other, because we were of similar rank still at the time, the firing took place. I was an interim director, and we were still the same rank. But anyway, um, I I ended up having to terminate him over cannabis, no less. How ironic is that shit? Not my fault though. We had a drug test coming up. He knew it, and he still failed that shit. And then when he wouldn't get the kitchen together and get everything out on time, bruh, like I, when he was running that kitchen, fried chicken Wednesday, we would run out of fried chicken. Unacceptable. It's Fried Chicken Wednesday. The one thing you don't do is run out of fried chicken, right? So, needless to say, um, I had to take steps, and because of his position, and because of who he was, like I wanted to give him an opportunity. But I went to corporate, and so we went through all of the proper steps. I had to work with human resources, um, first name Tanya, and I had to talk to her about um, why I was terminating, like the situation. It really didn't have anything to do with the drugs, so that's what they used because uh, that's what they used. Yet his performance was also at a factor, and I could document that, and I did. And even after a after retraining, um, things didn't change, and so he was terminated. Corporate put it on me though, even though I had gone through all of these steps with human resources and the corporation. When I left that corporation, I went to a job that was almost unilateral. I mean, like lateral, I guess. Um, it might have been for a bit more pay. I can't remember for certain. I don't believe so though. It was just the. It was more steady. I left the position at that school because at the school in Durham because the corporation that I was working for wasn't financially sound, and they were paying their salaried employees and not paying their hourly employees. And I was having to tell these people, it does not matter how you feel about not getting your paycheck. You got to feed these students. It doesn't matter. These babies still have to get, and I had to do that up until pretty much the last day that I was there. An employee basically threatened me, like within the last couple of weeks of me being there. I'm like, okay, okay, we just. So I left, and I went to a Christian college, which I just recently, looking at my Facebook page, found out that one of my former culinary school classmates went there too. But that's another story. Anyway, I mean, went there at a different time before. But anyways, I think it's the culinary industry really isn't that large, especially when you're talking like state by state, cities by city situation. Like the at the same time that I was up for the job, the position that I took in Elizabeth City, I was up for a job in Henderson, North Carolina. Um, and it was just like I waited a while for the job in Henderson, North Carolina to come up with an answer. And I eventually just said that I would take the job in Elizabeth City. And I sent a letter to the folks in Henderson. And now I'm trying to think about it. It might even be possible that it was still all the same organization. Although I believe that the position in Henderson might have been with Airmark, and the position in Elizabeth City was with Thompson Hospitality, and they are a subsidiary of Compass Group. But it's possible that both, and so in that way, both it might not have been Airmark, it might have been Compass, right? I'm not going to go pull out my resume and figure all that stuff out. Ask what that girl name is. A piece of my mind. I'm sure by now she done looked at my LinkedIn somewhere, and somebody, Ebony probably took some pleasure in doing that shit. Let's see if she really is who she say she is. Yes, I am who the fuck I say I'm is. Now what? Ta-da! I'm a military wife and mother who served the country in her own right. I had officers' children in my home overnight for days on end who had a closer proximity to power than you could possibly think. My own family member worked in the White House and the Pentagon. I've never, ever, ever in my life divulged a state secret purposely or otherwise. A piece of my mind and truth is never favored. We're on the phone with myself, Darrell Long, and someone else. When I made all of these things clear, and I told him to tell TJ Randolph to make this shit motherfucking stop. Because Ebony Robinson and Ernest Hodges were up to no motherfucking good. That little girl had never called me unless it was about Darrell Long and trying to get away back in. There's too many people to name. Those are the main players in this space. This is all of the shit that you people have gotten your ignorant selves caught up in. The government decides to pull up their little through line of strings, bitch. It's gonna go right past me to you. I done nothing. You may not like the way that I medicate. You may not like the way that I consume or share with others. You may not appreciate some of the things that I speak about on the internet. You may think that you know a thing or two that you don't know at all. You have some inkling about, some perception of, yet have no understanding of reality because what you never bothered to do was communicate with me. Fuck your shield. All of them. soror. I've never needed to be inside of any old boys club. I've never needed to stand on my damn rank. I ain't never needed to stand on my motherfucking husband's income. I served my country proudly because it was the right motherfucking thing to do, bro. What up, Big Rig Flaps? Since 19, like, I think 92, my daddy went to Desert Storm, dude. I started volunteering with his unit with my mom. Who were you doing? Mm-hmm. Some crazy, wild, Big Rig, dude. Remember me telling you about that murder that happened around here? It dawned on me as the lady down the way was trying to put one of her weird hexes on me. She looking for the moon and sending out the cat and all kinds of pause, all kinds of craziness. That she's part of the witnesses in that investigation, and she believes that all of us we hung out the night before, and she believed that all of us were bad and that I was the nexus of that badness. It's not really true. It's just that the meth dealer upstairs would listen to me, and she wasn't getting her drugs no more. But the government ain't bothered to ask me none of that stuff. Mm-mm. They just listen to her. The other people who lived here, like they moved and stuff. I mean, when you kill somebody, you got to go somewhere else, right? Like he went to prison. I don't know if he's in or out right now. Honey, ouch is like an understatement. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. I do know his name, and what the irony of it is, his name shortened is the same as my son's name, but spelled differently. And I mean, in fucking public record, his name is Anthony. Well, my son's name is Tony. Old white ladies who take too many damn drugs, they get confused about names and shit. Like the sheer irony that more than likely what took place here is just gross incompetence to the point of negligence on the part of so many government people in so many different ways, Big Rig. Did you know that there was an investigation in the state, but coming out of Maricopa County, about people who threatened government agents? Government officials. Now, Big Rig. Did you know that Laura Conover is a government official? Hey, Laura, girl. Ain't nobody threatening you. I spoke the truth to you. You knew about this investigation. You knew that Officer Payne had was rough. You've seen the video now. You, Laura, you knew that they kidnapped me from my home and held me up there in that motherfucking hospital, Laura, with a canine unit. You knew that, Laura. You knew that because I told you that. Immediately after I got back home, Laura Conover. You knew about the murder, Laura. You knew how close I was to it. You're the Pima County attorney, girl. I called you. I reached out to you on IG after I lost my phone, and you said you were going to reach out to me. You told me to give you my number or so and so. We spoke about some people who you were going to reach out to. Laura, what happened? I stood with you when before you got elected. I was there. I was like, girl, kudos to you, but please understand, if you don't do right, I'm gonna tell you. Ooh. So I didn't threaten you then. I'm not threatening you now. I'm telling the truth. I wasn't crazy when I stood beside you and you wanted my vote. Am I crazy now, Laura? Is I'm really a terrorist, Laura? Is that what we're gonna try to play? Girl, I'm like stone confuzzled. I came out to have a good time. That's it. I came to Tucson to have a good time, turn my life around, create a different kind of um foundation, something where we could do it our way, so to speak. It's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. There's no way I died and came back to not at least tell this story. Hmm. Anyway, I gotta go potty. Repack my bowl. Finish cooking what I can. Hmm. And prepare for a new day. Keep the spirit up. Peace.